Hello, good day, and welcome to Freedom March. Thank you so much for joining us here on channel 103.5, The Beat FM, on channel 224, or on channel 112, that's on cable or on Flow TV. And of course, for joining us over on ILTV Studios, that is over on Facebook. Wherever you are joining us, I want to say a special thank you to you for choosing to be with us here on Freedom March. And because you're so kind and so wonderful, I told you I learned this from Kirk Murphy a long time ago, that as often as people show up, you just make sure you keep giving them free things, and they will keep showing up for you. So I've got some tickets here today that we're going to be giving out on Freedom March at some point. We'll figure that out, right? I want to also say, spiritual advisor, that in the inner city, Bradley Roll is here with me. In the inner city, people have heard the debate yesterday about the filling up of Noah's Ark, and they too are perplexed.
What about no flying roach?
They too are perplexed.
Listen,
it is a massive issue in the inner city, and the people from the inner
they're
city.
majoring in the minus.
The people from the inner city told me to tell you that you have not been able to satisfy the case,
And flying roach?
and that they believe that Noah would have been fully in compliance with the scripture if Noah had simply put the crawling roach on the boat, and that putting the flying roach on board
silly.
was you can't say that.
Yeah, it is. It's
You can't say that because we could preach a Baptist sermon out of this.
All I can tell you is the people in Baintown, you all need to be worrying about your soul.
But how you know about their soul?
Because the flying
you like
roach.
Lyle Bentley, you got the key for heaven?
No.
I would know where you and Lyle got these key.
The flying roach and Noah, the ark, was the type salvation.
Yeah.
Now, we need to find out what that was.
Yeah.
Because in the days of Noah was preparing while the ark was being built, and only 8 souls were saved by water.
And which one of the 8?
Now, this water symbolizes baptism that now saves you also. You all need to be worried
Now
about
you making up
baptism.
things. Now you making up things.
It's in 1 Peter 3 and 21.
No.
It's
How
in
could
1
the
Peter 3
water
and
of the
21.
flood of no
Symbolizes baptism.
So okay,
producer,
so why
it's in the Bible.
So why none of them get wet, and how come all the people who get wet dead?
All it is types and antitypes.
No.
That's all it is.
No.
The ark was a type salvation.
I'm opposed. The ark was a place of refuge.
The ark was a type salvation.
But you're not going to convince me that had nothing to do with no baptism. But I want to say that the people in the inner city are very perplexed, and they, like me,
you all better worry about your soul. You all worry about roach.
The spiritual advisor and Lyle Battle obviously got the back door key for
heaven. You all better worry about your soul.
So if you want to get in, make sure you call one of them too so they can cut you one key. This is Freedom March. We'll be right back after this break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Levan Miller. Of course, Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor, is with me. And you know he went to the mountaintop, and so he's back with Holy Scripture. So, spiritual advisor, what does Holy Scripture have to say to us?
Yeah, okay, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9. I think I did this before, but I listened to a talk show today, and I can tell you that ignorance today is no excuse, because all of us have a Bible in our homes, and all it takes is a little bit of effort to go and find the subject and study it. You got Google, and you also got Levan's favorite chat, GPT. So you use the mic, and whatever the subject is, you ask them to spill all the scriptures out as relates to, in this case, some very ignorant people were saying that you're not supposed to pay the preachers, people, men of God who serve and who preach and teach the gospel, that they're not deserving of wages. So they curse these preachers out ignorantly, and what I'm going to do now is what they are ignorant of, I will now reveal to them through sacred scripture. So let's go to 1 Corinthians 9, 7-14, and let's understand what the Apostle Paul, let's understand his point when he's asking these questions. 1 Corinthians 9, starting verse number 7, it says, "Who serves as a soldier at his own expense? Who plants a vineyard and does not eat the grapes? Who tends a flock and does not drink the milk?" Do I say this merely as human authority? Do I say this merely on human authority? Watch this now, Old Testament law. Doesn't the law say the same thing? For it is written in the law of Moses, this is the old law, do not muzzle an ox while it's treading out the grain. Is it about oxen that God is concerned? Surely he says this for us, doesn't he? Yes, this was written for us, because whoever plows and threshes should be able to do so in the hope of sharing in the harvest. If we have sown, the Apostle Paul including himself, if we have sown spiritual seed among you, is it too much if we reap a material harvest from you? If others have this right of support from you, shouldn't we have it all the more? But we did not use this right. On the contrary, we put up anything rather than hinder the gospel of Christ. Don't you know that those who serve in the temple get their food from the temple, and that those who serve in the altar share in what is offered on the altar? In the same way, the Lord has commanded that those who preach the gospel should receive their living from the gospel. There is nothing wrong with paying the preacher. Why? Because he's offering a service, just like everything else, and as a result of that service, he has a right to be paid. So for those of you who curse out the preachers because they were getting paid, now you need to go get your Bible and read this, 1 Corinthians 9, 7-14, and then having read it, you will be in possession of a read Bible. This is the word of God, and we are thankful to Almighty God for it.
Thanks be to God.
Thank you so much, producer.
We actually agree there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I think
right
your theology
there.
there is sober.
And see, this is what happens when you don't go and search your Bible.
Yeah.
You end up spewing out a bunch of nonsense.
Now, Paul largely rejected payment.
Because he was a tent maker. He had his talent.
No, and Paul also was building the church, so Paul didn't want to skew the support for the church. It wasn't until the people in Corinth started paying the two fellas who called themselves super apostles that Paul said, "Y'all going crazy."
I'm going to go back and look at that. I don't know.
I think it's Corinthians chapter 9. There are two fellas that refer to themselves as
super apostles. It may be 1 Corinthians chapter 11.
Yeah, and Paul said to them,
or 15.
He's
no,
a
15.
super apostle. Would make him a super apostle, and I, Paul, walk with have been appointed by God as an apostle. And And when I couldn't come preach to y'all, I sent Timothy to preach. And when I couldn't come preach to y'all, I sent Titus to preach. And when I run aground in Isle of Artemis, I ask none of y'all for no money. I make my boat back myself. And you know something? Y'all never pay me.
But he was a tent maker, so he had his own income going. But even so, he still argued the point that listen,
That you should receive.
We laboring in the vineyard, so
in the
we
vineyard.
should get a little something from it. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I also think you should pay your pastor medical insurance because, you know, you got to be.
No, and then we go into all the semantics of this and what he should be entitled to. I do believe he should get a living from the word, but now when you start looking at Jaguar and Mercedes-Benz
Is it
and
medical
all
insurance?
these other stuff, yeah, that may be stretching it because that ain't necessary.
What is necessary?
The preacher may have a wife and children. He needs food. He needs to pay his taxes. He may need to get a car. These are the things that he's being paid for. So he receives a salary.
So you don't mind him
to
having
take
a
care of
car,
his
you just
basics.
don't want it to be a Mercedes.
It doesn't make any sense.
Why can't it be a Mercedes?
What do you
A
mean
Mercedes is a car.
No, but
We want to buy a rev car that won't break down every 25 until
if
25 years.
you understand the difference between driving a Volkswagen and a Mercedes-Benz, right? The price.
Help me.
It's
The
a
price.
price. Yeah, it's a price.
Okay.
But it gets you the same way. The Volkswagen, it'll get you downtown the same way the Mercedes-Benz would.
All right. Pay the preacher. That's what I say. It's Old Testament law
And New Testament law. First
law.
Corinthians 9,
And I think
7
it's
to
in the book of
14.
Leviticus where they say, take care of the Levite, that he may...
The Old Testament priest.
That he may go and divide truthfully the word or something like that. The scripture in my head somewhere. Anyway, so I see that Dr. Minnis, is it okay if we talk with Dr. Minnis now? I see that Dr. Minnis is starting his own reality TV show, it appears. And so, if he's not going to join me in the FNA, then I say, go for it, Dr. Minnis, and you start your own real-life sitcom. We got to find it, a day in the life of Dr. Minnis. Let's go to Dr. Minnis's wonderful little debut, I guess, as a reality TV star.
I think it's a misnomer for humans to understand that doctors and lawyers are not the only professionals. Carpenter is a professional. A plumber is a professional. A barber is a professional. Staying on trouble, eh? All right. I'm a soldier.
We've been here from its exception, see ya? We still a card carrying out for them, so we paid up today. We got an ID. Down here at the East Street headquarters, number 1 East Street, headquarters of Hubert Minnis, most honorable, competent authority.
I was at Perry a long time, and Perry was there on
Market Street.
Market Street.
Cinema.
What's up?
That's my last time here. Like man, dog too. Just dog supposed to repeal and I know it knock back. My show is going to down by like this country.
In the Bahamas. They take us to clowns.
Yes.
We can't do this. You ask the question, I answer it. I tell you, I'm all around islands. Right? No,
That's a good thing.
let's not have a minister.
Yes.
But only 4 or 5 of them was there. At the end of the day, when the boundary commission come, the prime minister got plenty power.
Yes.
Friggin', well,
Yes.
this, that. You are 2 virgins. Slew 2 giants.
Yes.
You mess up on one, you don't get no power. I don't know what's going on behind the scene, I don't know what's going on with them. You should have put them somewhere now. See? Hold on. Listen to me carefully.
You say Chipman should have been in the cabinet?
Hold on.
They said the woman.
Tell her.
You already know, right?
But now I won't. And said,
Six months ago, now?
I
Six months ago.
the PLP and
He never worked with no government twice. He worked with PLP. After them stress, he gets you alright. You calling you calling me? Lord, that's what be on them. I don't care who you is. Being scared of nobody. I go in.
Garbage. No, garbage for garbage. Garbage.
You guys don't know.
Garbage truth. All right.
Don't let me treat you. Saxon's going for 6 now.
You got your 5. You got your 5 for it. No. I can't have over here. I can't
this here?
This is a heavy picture right here. This is Bradford and Desmond.
Desmond, my boy, too. Desmond, go come like holy man.
Yeah, yes, Doc. Yeah. I'm here to start preparing for my parliamentary debate tomorrow.
And so, if life as a prime minister doesn't work out for him, he could have life as I used to be prime minister work out for him wonderfully well. I thought it was so wonderful for Doc to come up with this. See, you have to understand, right? As a self-taught student of politics, the Bahamas didn't get to enjoy any of Sir Lyndon. When he was done with public life, he was done. He died shortly after. Then there was Mr. Ingram, who allowed his own, I guess, shame of losing to someone that he didn't think could ever beat him to cause him to withdraw himself from public life, right? And then, of course, there's Mr. Christie, who, believe it or not, in my view, is quite possibly the most popular past prime minister this country ever has had. When you see Christie, I don't care where you see him, there is a level of celebrity associated with Perry Gladstone Christie. When he shows up, you could feel the presence of Christie in the room. I don't know how he does it. I don't know if it's something that he bathes in. When Perry Gladstone Christie appears, and the thing I like about him most is Christie kind of just opens the door and stands there. As if he's waiting on someone to kind of show him where to sit, take his back. He is a presence, right? And so for the first time in my life's history, we will get an opportunity to see a prime minister who is arguably not very young, but who has been prime minister early enough in a social age, and he's going to get to move around among us, and we're going to get to see what happens when he goes to his barbershop talk time, and what happens as he moves through the community. And you see he's still holding on to his valley roots, right? Because he's down there in the valley over on Farm Road where he's getting his haircut, and it's just so exciting to see. Isn't that Farm Road? Isn't that the Farm Road area?
East Street and Ross Corner.
That's Ross Corner, yeah.
Yeah.
Where Farm Road is.
I don't know.
You don't know?
But that's East Street and Ross Corner. That's I think that used to be the Penny Savings Bank.
What the constituency used to name?
Is that Centerville?
The constituency used to name Farm Road. Wasn't Perry Christie the member of parliament for Farm Road?
Okay. But it's now Centerville, right?
Yeah, Centerville now.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, it's fun to see Doc around and moving through, and still enjoying at least colloquial support from his barber and the friends.
Yeah, I guess it's good to see him interacting.
Yeah. So Doc, listen, the offer for the FNA is still on the table. The FNM, them still look very shaky. I think we could take them into Parliament. Doc, I think we could take them into Parliament. Don't bring Desmond either. I want Desmond to be a FNA. So that's the only two I want. Don't bring Desmond, don't bring Renwood. The rest of them we could bring, right? And we'll take the Parliament from them. We'll have the Senate. And we could go in there and be FNAs. And I think it'll be magical. Spiritual advisor. What would stop us?
Oh boy, I tell you.
You haven't answered the question. What would stop us?
Either the FNM or the PLP.
We would be unstoppable. The FNM can't. I want to put a wager on this. At the rate the FNM is going right now, I think Philip Davis is gonna Mia Motley them this next election.
Well, we're gonna have to wait to see.
I'm just telling you what I've surmised. I think Michael Pintard is about to be Mia Motley.
Yeah, he is doing some. Well, some suggest that he's trying to get the party in a position where he basically has complete control, and he would have his people around him who will be able to push, his agenda and the party's mandate to win the next election. Now, the way it's being done, for some may be questionable, but there are some who argue that Sir Lyndon and others did the same thing in trying to make sure that they,
Ah, yes. I suspect he will have great time to practice this in opposition. I suspect he'll be able to move all the pieces he once moved in opposition. He'll have a wonderful time over there in opposition where you don't have anything to do except for opposition stuff. And he will have another 5 years Right over there in the wilderness to practice all of this nonsense you're telling me about right now.
Yeah, but something very interesting is taking place. I probably need to speak with him, but apparently they seem to have peed off Howard Grant. I don't know if that's a good thing for them to do at this time because Howard has a show.
What does that mean?
And-
Are you calling Howard a hitman?
No, I'm just saying they upset him. They upset Howard. And so...
Howard been upset with the FNM before. You remember when they wouldn't give him the nomination?
Well, anyhow.
This isn't the first time Howard.
But
Howard
at this
run,
stage,
Howard
I think...
run for chairman before, didn't he?
I think they need to, extend a little,
That's if they have the je ne sais quoi it takes. I don't suspect they do.
Yeah, when you get people like Howard, who is a very brilliant young man, and
You think Howard is brilliant?
Yeah, man, to me.
Okay.
I listen to the show, and he says some things that make me think,
Hmm.
And I think that's the wrong person for them to upset at this time. Now, I don't know.
And
what
you think
happened.
somehow Howard has more collateral than Richard Johnson does?
You don't put those two in the same.
I ask this is a very basic question. Do you
Richard
perceive
Johnson?
Howard Grant
you
to
mean
have more political collateral
The fellow who got drop kick?
or pull gun on, whichever one of the stories you want to believe?
Okay.
Do you believe that he has more political collateral than Richard Johnson? Because I don't think so.
I guess it all depends.
Howard Grant, them is fellas who's go home. Where you ever see Howard Grant other than in the
It
Guardian?
all depends.
No, Richard has
At
far
all.
more social influence than Howard Grant will ever have. And I like Howard, but he doesn't have...
You said it because Richard is always ranting and raving on social media.
I told you what I said. Don't make up things for me. I said Richard's political collateral outweighs Howard Grant's. I'm going to say 5-1.
But that's your opinion.
This is easy to test.
Now, which side of the fence
This
is
is
Richard
easy
Johnson
to
on
test.
now?
According to Richard, he's an FNM.
That's not true.
Richard is an FNM. He's an FNM that is going to vote
Did
PLP.
you not see Richard on the Labor Day parade
I saw Richard.
with a particular shirt on?
I saw Richard. Richard Church just said it's time to be brave. That's what Richard Church said. It's time to be brave.
That's why I believe you're on his side.
Anyhow, hold on,
it is what it is.
No, you don't get to innuendo me.
It is what it is.
Socially, Richard has far more political collateral than Howard will ever have. Even with his show, Richard is just in more coffee shop spaces. Mr. Scavala said one time there are powerful men and then there are men with power. And those men are the men that could go on baseball parks and get 1,000 men to follow them without knowing the cause. And Richard Johnson is one of those people. You all hear this jingle, that means we're going to the break. This is Freedom March. I'm Levin Miller. Don't move. We'll be right back. Staying with us through the break, I'm Levin Miller. Thank you for joining us here on Freedom March on 103.5 The Beat FM. Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor, is still with me on Freedom March. And we have an ad, Bradley. Let's go to the ad.
We do. The Work Center, located Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back to school, Dickies, Timberland, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school.
Thank you very much, spiritual advisor. I see that Chester Cooper, Chester Cooper, is at it again. And oh, what a phenomenal minister Chester. I just like Chester's ability to get things done. For a very long time, I had said that I thought that the government of the Bahamas could jumpstart the economy of the Bahamas through what I would call land reallocation and disposition, right? What has happened over the years with places like Nassau, largely, is many of the old families that held on to prominence and prestige, etc., no longer have those prominence or have that prominence or that prestige, and many of them have either died off or have become more prominent and have moved away from their old homesteads, right? And so there are many properties around Nassau that were just simply not built for the city that Nassau turned into. And so you see all along East Street, particularly in the East Hill Street area, all along the McCullough Corner corridor, in all of those areas, the same thing in Bain and Grandstown, etc. Much of this land, in my view, needs to be repurchased from the government of the Bahamas, right? And it is not an anomaly. Theodore Roosevelt, who I think was the 24th president of the United States of America, did the same thing at some point. He bought back land and added to the conservancy of the United States government. And I believe that the Bahamas government, and I see if I could get him to come. The Minister of Finance has assured me that he will come and talk to me about the acquisition of lands that I see happening in the newspaper. And so I want to know if that is the government directing a policy in that direction, and how much more of that we could look forward to, because I believe that it is a wonderful way to jumpstart the economy, to redistribute wealth, and to actually put some people in a position of liquidity so that we could stimulate the economy, increase cash flow, and get people working and get an economy spinning again, right? And so I saw the Deputy Prime Minister. Let's go to a clip of the Deputy Prime Minister breaking down the old BAMSI warehouse, which I think is going to be pivotal, because I think that property has the potential to be the first downtown, what do you want to call it? Middle class, single person or small family, high-rise loft rental kind of property. I think it's ideal for them. It kind of reminds me of what you find in the Freeport area, right? Have you been to Freeport?
Yeah, man.
Well, a lot of the buildings that are for rent are actually just high-rise flats, is what you call them. And so I think this piece of property that BAMSI sat on is a wonderful place to begin. And, you know, it has a wonderful picturesque view. And I think down on the bottom, maybe 2 or 3 floors, we could make some parking for East Bay Street side, right? So you make the first 3 or 4 floors parking. And then you make the other 3 or 4 floors above it high-rise flats for either a single banking man or a single banking woman, because a lot of people aren't interested in family life anymore. And if the family life numbers continue to dwindle, right, according to Bishop Delton Fernando, the people them just ain't getting married. So if they're not getting married, they no longer need these 50 by 100 properties with the 5,000 square foot house. They simply need a room and a fridge and a microwave, basically. And imagine if you could put that in downtown. Just the idea of them living in around the downtown space will add new vitality and revivify East Bay Street. That alone, imagine 100, maybe 200 single people, right? All interested in nightlife, frolic, and sex will be on the outside.
Lord, what is this?
Young people just have sex, spiritual advisor. That's how you end up here.
Oh, God.
2 young people had sex, and that's how Bradley Roll became a living being.
But I'm not a bastard.
And I'm saying to you,
I'm not a bastard, though.
That's fine, but God loved the bastards too, because I'm a bastard, and Jesus loved me, right? And a lot of these things are only what your movie daddy tell you, because sometimes you start checking the documents, you would be surprised what you find. I'm saying to you though, that I think Chester Cooper is on to something, and he realizes a wonderful way to spend money from the public treasury that empowers people in a way that will be tangible and meaningful in the next 10 to 15 years. And if he keeps this up, boy, who knows? The PLP might do 4 times back to back with Chester Cooper as the Prime Minister for 2 of them. Let's go to this clip from Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper.
Revitalization continues tonight in the heart of the capital. It's a symbolic push towards progress. The Ministry of Tourism taking a significant step on Monday with the demolition of a long-standing but dilapidated building. Ardilana Roker was live on scene last night as the building was being stripped down. Here's that report.
Wall by wall, a tractor ripping through the Austin Levy building. Pieces fell and the building began to collapse under its own history. It once stood as a symbol of agricultural commerce. Today it's gone. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper says the fall of this landmark clears the way for something entirely new.
One day these same places that we demo will be converted to vibrant businesses. I foreshadow that we will have active rooftop bars, hotels, residences, new entertainment opportunities. Entrepreneurs who are Bahamians will converge on Bay Street, seizing the opportunities. We will attract more of the guests outside of the Nassau Cruise Port onto Bay Street proper. And we will see the same robust level of activity that we're seeing inside the Nassau Cruise Port, outside where Bahamian businesses can thrive.
BAIC Chairman Darren Pickstock says while the structure has been leveled, its contribution to Bahamian industry won't be buried.
This was used as a distribution center, and this was a part of or connected to the Levy plantation in Eleuthera. And so this is where all products or produce came to be distributed. And so this was, you would see around the islands, there are a number of small depots that are also owned and operated by the government of the Bahamas through BAIC. And this was where all of the distribution happened to all of those depots you see scattered around Nassau.
Years of vandalism, hurricane damage, and decay. The building's fate was sealed long ago. But Cooper says the vision for this space has been years in the making.
We know that this is a long-term job. The deterioration that we're seeing here on Bay Street didn't just start. This had been going on for 30, 40 years, but I believe the work we've done over the last 3 years is important to kickstart what I hope will be a great vision for Bay Street.
In the aftermath, a promise: the site won't stay empty for long. Tourism Development Corporation Chair Rafiq Simonet says the next phase will see collaboration with local entrepreneurs to bring the strip back to life.
So our goal will be to work with entrepreneurs to vet their business opportunities, help them develop their plans, and then be part of bringing them to Bay Street.
The entire project is set to wrap in just 45 days, with plans for a modern multi-use space that could spark even greater change throughout downtown. Delana Roker, Eyewitness News.
And so, I only have one recommendation for them while they're in the midst of doing all of this. Call Brenton Boo Roll and tell him, hey, the water does flood right up the road from here and we breaking this building down. And while we breaking this building down, you remember the water would have flood right up the road? Please see if you could somehow channel the water this way so we can get it back overboard. Because one of the problems I'm advised with why these things keep flooding is because you all build the buildings and you all build the pavements up so high that the water can't run past it, and that's why poor old Commonwealth Bank have to be flooded out every single time. But this is a beautiful idea. I also want to say to Mr. Rafiq Simonet is don't worry about the artisan and them. This ain't the project for them. Here is what the problem is that we have. Bahamians can't find reasonably priced living accommodations. Why? It is because we continue to try to live by the 1975 model where everyone has 50 by 100 and everyone has a 4,000 or 5,000 square foot home, and there's no need for that. No one is having 3 children or 4 children anymore. What we should do is break egg on the face of the last free national movement administration, you know, the one that had the housing plan that didn't have house in it. You remember them? Remember how they had a housing plan with no house in it?
No, I don't remember.
Where were you when we talked about the housing plan on this show that didn't have houses in it?
This is what, some months ago, right?
It might have been months ago.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, but anyhow, what's the point?
The point is, we could pick up that plan, because that plan had no house in it. We could take that same plan.
Put it downtown?
Yeah, and because we have house now. So we get those same people that Menace wanted to sell the property them to for $40,000 and $50,000. You build a bunch of high-rise. Let's just say 100 of them, right? 100 high-rise. They could be 20 by 20. They don't even need to be 20 by 20. They could be 15 by 18, because they only need to be efficiencies. Yeah. And single people will live in them. And they will live downtown lives, and they won't need cars because they could use public transportation. And if they do have cars, they could use the parking lot. And we ain't need no bunch of restaurant and thing, because all these restaurants in the Bahamas eventually just come down to one thing: frying chicken. And frying chicken, the mean you end up with one bunch of oil. And when you end up with a bunch of oil downtown in that area there, you're gonna completely kill the whole water side, because these people don't dispose of their oil well. So I say, let's make it middle income domestic property on the waterfront. You could say that you are enhancing the life quality of Bahamians. You could generate your money from the parking space. And you put the government in charge of that. You get like Beaches and Parks or one of them to be an authority over it. And then all the money you generate from the parking, you put back in the treasury. And that's how you pay for this building, along with the $70,000 you will charge the young people, who will all now be able to afford a house because they can find $70,000.
Downtown?
Yes.
You will never see that.
What would be the problem with it?
The price is, no, it's not, that's not anyway.
You can't just oppose spiritual advisor. You have to have, now, you've heard my theory. Give me the theory for why it
but anything downtown is always pricey. I mean...
Yes, and the reason why it's affordable is because it is collective and communal. So if you have 100 people spending $70,000, isn't that quite pricey for that one piece of property? Right. You also have the parking lot that will generate money. Isn't that quite pricey for that piece of property?
So who are you trying to attract?
I just told you. Are you hearing me?
I'm listening, but I'm just trying to figure out.
Middle income Bahamians.
Middle income Bahamians. Okay,
who
like
have
who?
no desire in having children.
Who middle income?
You know, all
like
the girls who work in the bank. All the girls who work in them insurance company. All the boat captains. Right. Coupiers. People that have young preachers. Because you know some of these young pastors ain't gonna never get married at the past.
Okay.
Right? So he could live in a high-rise downtown and be a city boy and take public transportation. You'll make a nice little, what you call the thing with the chipmunks them do? The little, what you jump on and jump off, the little cart. And you have one of them to service just Bay Street and Shirley Street.
So you have to sell this area, you have to sell this idea to maybe the Bay Street Development Group.
That is the Bay Street Development people.
Okay.
I'm saying don't turn it into restaurants and bars, because they're gonna mess up that whole area. But I think Chester Cooper is brilliant. I think that this is a brilliant forward-thinking idea. I wish that they could do this with more of downtown, but not just downtown. See, it'll go outside of his remit once we break the hill, because over the hill, it could become a Ministry of Works problem. But I want him and Clay Sweden to get together, right? I feel like it's a good place to open the line right after I say this, since we have guests at 5:30. But him and Clay could get together and hold hands and just point at, you know, the property right behind the Bass Building on Wolf Road? Let's buy that. Let's also buy all the property from where Rupert Roberts' store is on Windsor Place or Windsor, wherever that is. All the property on the western side of the road, north of that, buy all. All. Because they in the road. Right? Then you go in Baintown and you go from everything from Wesley Methodist on the western side of the road, you just buy everything north of that. Because they in the road. All right? You leave Great Cliff because that's a monument. And this is how you redistribute wealth. And don't tell me it ain't possible, because Theodore Roosevelt did this. And so the government of the Bahamas could say, we are going to commit $500 million per budget cycle to this project. We're calling it the Land Reacquisition Policy, where the government is making space for infrastructure, the government is making space for safer commutes, the government is... And let me tell you what to do, Clay. You put it under weather resistance, or what you call these things, the avoidance of like flood damage. Because now when you buy all this land, you'll have to repipe a lot of the
infrastructure.
Drainage, correct. Yeah, you call it weather resiliency policy. You could get any amount of money for that. We go to the Caribbean, bank them and get some money, and just buy up a bunch of property back from these people. And you restructure the way Nassau looks, and you're able to not have this because a large part of the frustration of living around here is all of our main roadways bottleneck into some chokehold area. Family Guardian Hill, East Street North, Blue Hill South, Market Street into all of our main thoroughfares bottleneck into some chokehold that doesn't allow good traffic flow. Gladstone Road. The best way to fix these things is to buy people property back from them. That you could put some effort into the engineering, and I think the best man to lead the charge on that, they should actually make him. They should actually make him Minister of Tourism, Aviation, Investments, and Land Reacquisition and Redevelopment. That Prime Minister, I just had a good idea. And so you just let Chester go around buying, but I want him every time he look at something would look like it out of the way, just buy that back. Theodore Roosevelt went down in history as one of the greatest presidents of America's history. So much so his face on Mount Rushmore. Because all he do is buy back land.
Okay, well, let's see what the government does.
Yeah. Let's go to the phone line. Spiritual advisor don't like when I talk about Chester Cooper, but he's brilliant.
Okay.
He is a brilliant man. There's nothing I could say but that. Get the people the number so they can know where to call us.
All right, 323-777. You're giving us some tickets, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, 323-777-5, 698-0776. I think we opened the lines up early today. But you can call us now and engage Levan, whatever it is you need to talk about. 323-777-5, 698-0775, and 698-0776. But do we have any calls on the line yet? Hello?
So you don't like my idea still?
You know, what is interesting...
Because you've detracted from my idea.
No, that's
You said
fine.
that the idea won't work. How you could cover all this land and la 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 la.
No.
But you want to tell me what your alternative would be?
Well, you know, I guess it's something that the government should consider because, you know, my recent trip, I saw a lot of that kind of like in certain areas close to downtown and shopping malls, shopping centers, where they have these very nice huge high-rise apartments. I thought about the idea. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there may be one that is in Freeport.
There are several of them in Freeport.
Yeah, I saw one very, very tall building. I asked them what it was, and they said they're actually apartments. I was like, okay, it's a brilliant idea, but that seemed to dry it up. I don't know what happened with that.
Freeport economy collapsed.
Yeah, yeah. We got any calls? But yeah, okay. That's an idea. Let's see if the government buys it. I doubt they will. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hi, Mr. Rowe.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Great.
The suggestion that Ivan is making is a very good one. Government better buy up all the land for the Chinese business.
Okay.
That's what the Chinese do.
Yeah,
they buy up the land so that the Bahamians don't get it.
And that's what's making it so expensive.
Your remarks.
All right. Yep.
All right.
She said she's going to listen up for our remarks. Yeah, and that's what makes the land so expensive. The word is called gentrification.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Are you there, caller? Oh, welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hello?
Hi. Cut your radio down. Cut your radio down. Let's take another call. 323-777-5, 698-0775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Levi. I think that's an excellent idea in reference to having housing for middle class workers, especially like the bankers, nurses, doctors who work in that area. I think it's a very good idea.
And since the F&M had a housing plan that ain't had no house in it, right?
Not only that, the same persons that they were planning on giving the houses to, the same doctors, lawyers,
This is my point.
they could go right there.
That's my exact point. The F&M plan was already to do this. They just ain't had no house in their plan. Remember, Minna say you want to give you a piece of property 40 by 50. I don't even know what you could build on that. Right?
Okay.
No, that wasn't true.
But you know what Minna said?
It was 100 by 100.
Caller, you just watch the news? Because
No, it was 100 by 100.
I've come to the conclusion that West Spiritual Advisor left TV in there.
That's not
I
true.
watch the news all the time.
Who can sell any house and need 40 feet?
And what did
Man,
Dr. Menace
stop
say?
that. He did not say anything but no 40. Man, come on, man.
What did Dr. Menace say?
40 feet? By
But
what?
I don't know exactly how much feet he wanted to give the people. But I know he said it was for the middle class, the lawyers, and the doctors.
Correct.
So seeing that we could use downtown for that, which is an excellent idea, seeing that they don't have to have a long commute to work.
And they ain't making no
could just
baby.
walk. And exactly. So he could use them same people, the same applicants he already had in. He could probably call them.
That's what I said. And now Chester Cooper could add house to Dr. Menace's housing plan, because Dr. Menace's housing plan ain't had no house.
Correct.
Yeah.
Spiritual advisor, what you think?
I think it's a brilliant idea.
Thank you. I'm so happy that you're thinking that his ideas are brilliant, because you tend to don't think any of his ideas are
Well,
brilliant.
I said just now just to satisfy you, actually.
You don't satisfy me.
You walk right into that. Anyhow, you have a
I
nice day.
appreciate you, caller. Thank you.
All right, you take care. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you live.
I just keep cutting you off. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, caller?
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hi, good.
You speaking like a smart boy. Brilliant idea. In 2004, I worked with Urban Renewal and St. Cecilia and Anderson. That's exactly what we were doing, buying people property from them and turning them into housing property. So I say if you want something, you need to let them people know.
I trying to tell Chester Cooper now, so hopefully whoever he have in the office that is monitor social media, hopefully they take this idea and then put it in ChatGPT, like how thing of them do, and let ChatGPT make them a flyer, and then they can say it's their idea. I comfortable with that.
You need to let MP know Bacchus. Bacchus is good. I see them clearing some property in the Baguio by South Beach Pool. You can use that property.
Yeah. Bacchus is doing an okay job in my mind. When I saw Bacchus stop South Beach from being a dump, which has been a legacy issue in South Beach, and I said many years ago, if the people come in to dump the dump here anyhow, and the government responsible for collecting garbage, because the government is paid to collect garbage, why not just put dumpsters here so the people could dump the dump in the dumpster? And Bacchus came and did that, and it has been phenomenally successful.
And it's an everyday thing going on in the pool area.
Yes. Every day you go in the back there. Matter of fact, when you come, they look at they got a dump manager and all out there. He just come and tell you which bin to use.
But I see you get your 40 candidates ready here.
Well, I'm waiting on Dr. Menace because I want him to lead the FNA first.
Okay, well, you get my vote for the FNA.
All right, but listen, there you have it.
That's the way you get it.
Well, there you have it.
Caller, do me a favor, please. Caller, are you listening to me?
Now, you don't get in me and my cousin business.
Caller, are you listening to me? Are you listening to me, caller?
Yeah, I am.
Listen, whatever you do, listen, man, during the general elections, votes are very important. Don't waste your vote with no FNA is not a party.
Producer, you cue my jingle. Producer, right? I'm not listening to the spiritual advisor.
Do not waste your vote.
Cue my jingle. I ain't listening.
There's
to
only
the
two parties
advisor.
to vote for. So if it ain't the FNM, it's the BLP, and that's it.
I ain't listening to that.
If I want to vote for my cousin, why you got mine?
Because he ain't got no cousin
Don't
like
waste
us.
your
Like,
vote.
listen,
Like,
none of
don't
he
waste
cousin
your
them
vote,
like
man.
us, all right? If he had cousin like us, he would have voted for his cousin. He ain't got no cousin. You don't
Listen
listen
here. Voting is just like your mind, you know, and your mind is a terrible thing to waste. All right?
I think that's what you're doing now, but I'm going to do
Anyhow, you take care of yourself.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man. All right, take care.
323-7775, 6980775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon. Mr. Miller.
Hey, Dave.
Mr. Roll.
Yes, sir.
Listen to me, Mr. Roll. I know you was a high-ranking member of the FNM, right?
No,
For God's
sir.
sake, man. Pardon me?
All right. What
Yeah,
you,
Dave.
What you gonna say?
Oh, well, Dave, just like that. Yo, see, Dave, don't miss the rapture like that, Dave. Anyway, you had a jingle. That made me get into the break. I could convey him one day, you know. He already looked like a FNA. I don't know why he don't just come be a FNA. Don't move, though. Freedom March is on the next side of the break. When we get back, we've got more right here on 103.5 The Beat FM. So, anyway, listen. Thank you for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. We're back on Freedom March. I think I might even find my voice to participants for my high-rise, big-time income earning single people who want to live downtown community. I just found them quick as that. Anyway, so I'm joined in the studio today by LaShawn Cartwright, who is the manager of mobile recharge over at BTC.
Yes.
And Rochelle Morrison, who is compliance lead over at BTC. And they're here to tell me about fun and exciting. They're not here to talk about my high. 2 minutes before you all walk in the door, I was talking about a high-rise community downtown for people who make plenty money but don't really want to have like a house like Grammy them had. So let's just build high-rises downtown. We can live downtown. You ain't need no car.
Right.
We ain't having no children, so I ain't need no yard. And we could just look at the ocean all day. Yeah. And then they send me these two very young people. I thought y'all was my two first applicants. Right? so I'm very happy to know that there are young people that look like that, but I'm also very happy to know that you all are with a company like BTC, and so I want you all to not talk about my high-rise plan, but tell me what BTC is doing.
Well, good afternoon, Bahamas, and thank you for having us on your show. I'd just like to say, the last time I was on the show, it's a bit somber moment for me right now because I would have dealt with...
Sure.
Yeah, so it's a bit touch and go. But
it's fine. It's fine. If you want to hug at some point, we'll see what we can do for you. But
but I really enjoyed our last time on the show.
Yeah.
Well. But separate and apart from that, BTC is doing, like they always do, some big and amazing things.
Wow, tell us about these big and amazing things.
Most recently, we would have launched our tourist eSIM product.
Okay.
And it's just that.
That sounds fancy.
Yeah, it's a tourist product where any tourist that comes to our shores or tourists that's coming to our shores, whether it be just for a one-day excursion or maybe a week, 2 weeks, we have a product just for those persons that's coming on our shores. So customers that want to, or potential customers like tourists that want to stay in contact with friends and family, around the world while they're here, they're able to do it seamlessly.
Okay.
So we have these eSIMs now where persons who have like the iPhones and the upgraded Samsung devices, they're able to purchase those and it works seamlessly.
Wow.
It is available across the island now. So that's what we're making noise about right now.
Really? It sounds super huge.
Yeah, it's a super product. I got a chance to test it out and I was amazed just by what all the plan offers.
Right.
So like I said, it's a 1 day and a 4 day plan. The 1 day plan, it's priced at $15 where a customer who just wants to get on the network, they can do that. But that 1 day plan provides a customer with so many benefits.
Okay.
Unlimited call, text, and SMS to US and Canada. They get a local number while they're here in the Bahamas.
Right.
So if someone wants to reach them, they can.
Right.
It also has 12 gigabytes of data.
Okay.
Separate and apart from that, the 4 day is it's more like the hero.
Sure.
Everything is packed with everything, and everything is unlimited. So you're here for 4 days. You want to keep in contact with friends and family. Purchase a 4 day plan. It's only $25, and it's a added benefit because it has everything in it.
Sounds like a perfect non-marriage. You get the comfort and the convenience and without the cost.
Right, and simply once it's a SIM that it's not reloadable. So it's a one-time use SIM.
Right.
So once they leave, it's gone, and once they want to return, they can always do another purchase.
Sure. So I imagine that your cruise ship passengers are probably going to find this huge.
Yes.
And there are about 21,000 of them a day, I'm told these days, right? So I get off the cruise ship. How do I locate this product?
So the tourist that's I guess basically on that Bay Street strip, they can just go over to our Bay Street franchise store where they can pick it up. We also have, in addition to the eSIM, we also have hard SIMs. So if there's a customer that doesn't have the savvy iPhone or a Samsung,
Sure.
we still have the actual hard SIMs where customers are able to purchase that and just insert it to their phones as well.
Now I'm on vacation. I keep telling people when I go on vacation, the only thing I want to do is drink liquor and walk up and down. I don't really want to do nothing too serious. Don't book me for nothing. That's
Right.
like I don't do like pre-booked tours.
Right.
Because I don't want you to tell me I have to get up. I want the spirit to lead me.
Right.
Which means I ain't got 30 minutes or 40 minutes or an hour
Right.
to be trying to get this phone working. Because I on vacation and whatever burning on home, just let it burn on.
So to be very honest, it takes maybe less than 60 seconds for everything to
Man,
be
that's too
completed
big
on the
time.
phone. Yep.
It's 60 seconds. You're trying to impress me.
In 60 seconds, the customer is ready to go.
That sounds like my kind of product, right? So by the time as I get to the neck of this bear, my phone will be up and running.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Okay, and you go to your franchise store. Where on Bay Street is the franchise store?
Our Bay Street franchise store is on that curb across from Dunkin' Donuts in the BFG building.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's right there. All of our other stores also carry that product as well, but more of the tourist-centric areas is where we, have the bulk of those items where customers can go and purchase them.
Right, so the BAF building, let me help you with it just in case you don't know. When you come off the cruise ship, right, when I'm being a hooligan, I like to be barefoot. So in case you're in hooligan mode and you come off the cruise ship barefoot, you should be walking, that would be south along, was that Navy Lion? Yeah, that's Navy Lion. Blue Hill Road turns into Navy Lion Road. Did you all know that? Oh boy, young people. So you're walking south along Navy Lion Road. There's a big, tall building on your left-hand side. That's how you have to give Bahamians directions because they don't know north and south and things like that. So you're going towards Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
There's a big, tall building on your left-hand side.
You can't miss it.
You go right in there,
Yeah.
you could get the sim, and it takes 60 seconds?
60 seconds.
Wow.
Literally 60 seconds.
So what happens to their American numbers? So they come, they have their American AT&T, T-Mobile, or whatever network they're on, but they decide, that's not working, I'm having some glitches with that, I need access to communication. How is the transition back to my old server?
It's seamless. I got a chance to try it out, and it has the tabs where it'll show, well, you just turn off your original service and use the service that you just purchased. And it's just a click of a button. It'll see, just turn it on, turn it off, and it works just like that. Yeah. I was pretty surprised, and I've never seen a product like that just dedicated for just tourists that's coming to the Bahamas. I'd say that it's endorsed to be something great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay, so tell me how does the compliance people play into this? Help me, because every time I hear compliance, I think of a jail, right? Jail and compliance just go in the same sentence. So this is an amazing product, but they have a compliance person on the team. What role do you all play in it?
So, well, let me say this. While I am compliance, I'm not in my compliance hat tonight.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Yeah. So
because I thought I was going to meet the
she's everything. She's
people
everything
from the
else.
FCC
Yeah.
outside waiting on me when I get inside.
I'm not
Oh, thank you. Oh, praise the Lord.
A couple of things that I think would complement your high-rise community very well.
Oh, man, listen, let's make her director. Can we make her director of compliance? We could do that right here. There you have it.
I think
Sean,
yeah.
should be able to.
Just bring me the paperwork. I'll sign it for you all.
Yeah,
no problem.
Right, thank you so much for that. So, BTC, just like the Tourist Eastern product, we have other amazing offers going on right now.
Sure.
As usual, we are the leader when it comes to the fiber push in the Bahamas. So that's something that we have going on. We have amazing fiber plans and bundles for the high-rise community and the average community, right? Amazing postpaid products as well. So postpaid plans starting at just $49.99 per month, and they are packed with amazing features, benefits, perks for our customers. Roaming being one of those. So when you get on vacation and
I start being a hooligan.
You start being a hooligan, right? Your roaming kicks in right away if you have one of those plans, as long as you are connected to a supplementary network. And we offer roaming in the US, Canada, and in specific Caribbean markets. So those are just a few of the amazing things we have going on.
Now I have to admit something. I like for the phone to take like 20 minutes to kick in because I like to like get a little bit of hooligan voice, right?
Get past
and then when they call and say, "But you even didn't tell us you land," I say, "Man, this phone, man, I think it just started working." But you saying that I even have that excuse?
No, because they'll know you land. So once you switch off of airplane mode and your BTC roaming connectivity kicks in, and they notice the WhatsApp when they said, "I love you, have a safe trip." When they see the 2 ticks, they'll know you land.
So thing number one, don't take the phone off of airplane mode.
Yeah, then you're really ready to.
You know, good. That's a good first step.
Yeah.
First step. Step one, leave phone on airplane mode. Keep going.
now you really want this vacation. I don't blame you. If you have our BTC app, or if you don't have it as yet, now would be an amazing time to download it and to activate it, because we've recently launched what we call phase 3 of the application, where we enable customers to access real-time monitoring of their usage. So you can see your data usage, your call and your text usage. And this is just another way that we are so committed to the community in wanting everyone to be able to track and manage their usage, therefore track and manage their bills.
See, now you all gonna mess up barroom talk, right? Because everywhere I go, all the watering holes I just go in, people just say one thing. How come my phone on 75%? I just put the money on there, right? And then they say things like, I have a brand new $3 plan. And I think to myself, well, how much you want for $3? Right? It's like, what were you expecting? It was $3, right? Yeah. But just saying that now, they ain't gotta have this round no more.
Right, we can
You could just go right on your app and see, well, you used $2 talking to the new pair of soft hands, you just meet up the road because you thought she was sexy. And so that's where the first $2 gone, and you only got $1 left.
Right.
Good stuff, keep going.
Right, so even being able to know how much you've used can also help you to decide whether a better plan might be more suitable for you.
Sure.
So these are just some ways that we put customer service at the customer's fingertips. And I just want everyone to be reminded that BTC, we have retail locations, we have franchise locations. The Mall of Marathon, that's a great place to go in.
Take air condition.
Air condition, express your queries and concerns, and of course sign up for one of our amazing offers that we have going on. And if you're a person that doesn't want to leave the comfort of your home, take advantage of our telesales option. So you can dial 2255282. You can get connected with customer care as well as sales. If you perhaps want to find out if there's a better plan for you than the $3 plan.
Right.
Maybe you want to spend a little bit more time talking to the soft hands.
$3 plan. I don't know what you're saying.
Right, and look out for BTC in your neighborhoods. We are on the road, we're going door to door, we're knocking. So when you see those blue BTC shirts and those BTC branded vehicles,
you all ain't come to collect money, you all come to bring things.
We come to bring things.
I into that.
All right.
I into that. So now I have to ask this, and this is shamelessly I must ask. How come you all never have nothing for postpaid people? I tell people, BTC, I consider myself the wife, because I have the biggest plan. BTC know they got me. I lock in. They show I in.
Right.
But they just treat the sweetheart way better than me. Every time I look, they got prepaid promotion this thing.
Yeah, but you can't leave the
thing.
prepaid out now. The prepaid is.
But you all got me.
It's a big thing.
But you all got me. You all know I lock. I come every month. I pay my money to the window. Hey, honey, how y'all doing?
Right.
Here's the money.
The only thing that we didn't do today was make sure that we brought a care package for you. Just to say, thank you for being a BTC customer. But
why don't y'all do something for the postpaid people? Yeah. Do y'all think y'all could figure that out? Do a little something for postpaid people?
I think though we do that on a daily basis.
Yeah.
The amount of value that we give our customers is unmatched.
Wow.
It's unmatched.
Wow.
The data, the roaming, the minutes that's inside the plans where you're able to talk, until you get tired.
Yeah.
Postpaid.
We don't do that anymore. We used to do it in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, in the 90s where you used to say, you hang up, no, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
Hang up, no, you hang up.
No, it's I tired.
Yeah. Now I say, man, listen, you won't message me.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't call me. Calling is giving me anxiety. I can't take calls.
Well, speaking of messaging, we do offer free WhatsApp in the plans.
Oh, praise God.
And all of the plans as a
That means I can wake with my data off.
So it means that it will not take away from the allotted data that you're paying
okay.
for.
All right.
So you have allotments just for socials like YouTube and TikTok and different things, and then you have a next set of data that is just there for when you want to browse the internet and doing different things.
Okay.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, though, I'm just going to go back to prepaid.
Sure.
For customers that may be having an off day, they can't find a $3 to top up. Just go to to our platform where you can actually get a loan.
Yeah, you can just borrow $3.
Just borrow $3 or whatever denomination that you would need.
Yeah.
This is a community.
It's a community.
Oh,
it's a community, and we want to make sure that on whatever the spectrum our customers are on, either be it postpaid or prepaid, there's enough value for those customers to be excited and happy every time they use our service.
Okay, so now let's walk through it again, because we're talking about people that are coming off the cruise ship. I don't know if you've ever seen them. All of them is look blowtorch hot when I see them, right? So you know what that means? They ain't got too much composure for nothing. This need to be easy.
Yeah.
You're saying that this is an incredibly easy process.
It's an easy process, and you know, it's a fantastic product.
When I drink 12 cup of Bahama Mama, I don't have time to be flipping up and down through a phone.
Friendly customer care representatives are for.
Okay. So go ahead, have the Bahama Mamas, and then bring your phone. BTC
Bring your
can
phone.
take me in.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll make sure that once you're walking out the door, everything is to your desired.
Now, how do I troubleshoot issues with it? Like because all technology has issues, right? If I have a little issue, how do I then leave the little care store place?
Now, when you say an issue, I don't.
Query. I may have a query. I may say, oh, I forget to ask the woman this thing while I was in the shop. I forget to,
Okay.
Negroes always have problems, right?
So we have our. Our dynamic team at the contact center, who is readily available to take any question or any concern that our customers have.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the number for that is?
So that's 2255282.
2255282. Yeah. You just call and say, I having this problem. Listen, I didn't drink 25 cup of this Bahama Mama. I don't know what's going on with this phone. I don't know if it's me or the phone.
And then the prompt it tells you if you have an issue with if it's a fix or it's a prepaid or postpaid, so you get to dial in to say
what. You can dial. You can WhatsApp.
You can WhatsApp as well.
Oh, you can WhatsApp the number too. Okay, that's very good.
You can WhatsApp the number as well.
And then the technician will walk me through how to figure this out.
Yes.
And you said it's unlimited calling to US and Canada.
Yes.
What about our UK friends?
Not so much.
Okay.
Not so much.
Is there a I don't know, a rate?
A rate? Yeah. I'm sure there's a special.
But this is particularly designed for US and Canadian.
US and Canadian.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Besides, if you come all the way from the UK, you must see could pick up another phone. You probably got two phones anyhow. Yeah. Okay, so all cruise ship passengers should love this.
Yes, but not only cruise ship passengers.
But it's 21,000 of them a day, so let's make sure we love them.
We have taxi drivers. We have bed and breakfast. We have a lot of areas, a lot of different things that kind of like take care of tourists.
Sure.
So if anyone is can hear my voice right now, this is an awesome tourist product that only enhances what these business owners have.
Yeah.
It only enhances.
Yeah, because I'm actually thinking about like the water, for instance, like the cruise and adventures, with those little islands across the Wadium, right? You want to share your moments in real time.
Right.
You don't want to just take the picture, because then you end up with a bunch of pictures in your phone.
And I also want to put this plug in too, for persons that want to become a reseller, they want to resell these products. There's some amazing offers on the table for persons that want to become a reseller. So you want to resell these products.
Okay.
It's very amazing for those customers who want to.
So this will probably be like your downtown area businesses?
Anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere that deals directly with tourists.
Okay.
Because we've seen at the airports, you have passengers coming in.
Sure.
They want to know, how can I stay connected while I'm here?
Sure.
Or I'm going down to Palm Key. And, times have changed where persons should only stay on Bay Street or, that area.
Sure.
They're all over. But the one thing that comes up is, how can I stay connected to my friends and family?
And step one is get connected to BTC, because they're the bigger network.
Yes.
Once you do that.
Yes, you should. Yeah. It's like our different messaging.
Listen, I try my best. I try my best, I tell you.
Yeah.
You're really pushing for the care package. But
you mean the care package you only bring? Oh, boy.
No, man, we can make sure we bring that.
So give me the takeaway. So the takeaway is, it's the eSIM.
Yes, eSIM.
And you can use that in all of the more modern devices.
Right.
The Samsung and iPhone devices, the more modern ones.
Then there's the hard SIM in case you got a bubbler.
Yeah.
Right? And then you can get it downtown.
Yes.
That is by the BAF building.
Right. Or Cable Beach does. It's also Cable Beach. Or
where on Cable Beach?
That's in the plaza right across from Super Value. That's where Marco's is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that plaza there.
Okay. I don't know the plaza name, but I know the plaza you mean it.
Yeah, BTC is there as well.
Okay. And once you get it, it takes about 60 seconds.
60 seconds to activate.
Yeah.
And you're on your way.
If you have too much Bahama Mamas and can't remember something, you could call the hotline.
Yes.
Which is what the number is?
225-5282, where we have some amazing colleagues who are, just eager and waiting for, you know, a customer that has a problem to
Right.
be able to resolve it for them.
Right, and when you get back on the ship, you could say, I was so, you know, privileged to have a Bahamian number, but now that the holiday is over, I'm going to leave all of my Bahamianness in the Bahamas. And you never have to worry about this number ever again.
Right.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Until you come back again, but you have a different number.
Wonderful. I love that. I like that piece there the most. Yeah, because I don't really want people calling me. You see, I have this issue. When I go out and I be a hooligan, it is infectious. And so people just feel like we had like a moment.
like we were actually
and there's like there's one born, right? And they know that was the rum tell me do that, right? So when I dry out tomorrow, I am a decent, upstanding
Christian man.
Praise the Lord. Tax-paying citizen.
Right.
And I no longer wish to associate myself with that debauchery all that going on. I'm so happy this number expires because the last thing I want to do is be back home and the people telling me about what a jolly we had. Not save me.
Right, yeah.
Oh no, not Joycelyn's seasoned grandson. So when this number expire, I say, praise the Lord, I throw this in the garbage, I go back on the cruise ship, and I go back to living a wholesome, decent life. Eh? That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. Well, it's very good to have you all here with us today on Freedom March. I'm very happy that you all came.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you guys doing any, like, is there any anticipated promotions for this product coming anytime soon?
We have some things on the table. I won't lie, but it's going to be a lot of noise when we really, you know, get some things out there. But it's not going to just. This is not a product that's just going to go away. It's something here to stay.
Let me ask you this question though. What about Family Islanders? Like, so you might have a Family Island person who may want to be in Nassau for a day or two, may not necessarily want to be on their actual number.
Right. I know where you're going. Yes.
Yeah.
It is yes.
Yeah, we don't discriminate.
There was no discrimination.
Tourists, locals
So,
alike.
Right. And especially in the new world of the internet, right? I go on the internet, I meet the PSR fans. They say, hey, me PSR fan. I come into Nassau. She can say, oh, great. I live in Nassau too. Fantastic. I can say, well, when I land, I can give you my number. I go get the boy in a number.
Right.
You gotta get the boy in a number.
That's song experience.
Right.
Yeah, then when you get the boy in a number, you say, this childish phone I had been freaking out so long, let me give you my number.
Yeah.
You give them the little boy in a number, you got 4 good days. Go for it. Right? And you just play house. And you all two play house for the whole 4 days. Yeah. And then when you're ready to go back to Auckland and be a safe man, you just jump right on the plane to Auckland, you take this phone, you throw that in the garbage by the airport on your way out the door. Don't care that Auckland.
Now, it very much works like that, although we're not promoting the...
Yeah, no.
I just want to show them the convenience of this wonderful product.
So it's still a tourist eSIM.
Yeah. Well, listen, there are many types of tourism, right? So when Bala come from Auckland, Bala come from Auckland, he got his boy on the phone, he meet a new PSR fans, they play house. They was playing house for 4 days, and what a wonderful way to have a sim that he don't ever have to hear from again, because he's safe now, right?
Don't let the soft fans come to Auckland.
No, that ain't in the plan. That ain't in the plan. Okay, so the eSIM, the hard SIM, now Apple does have plenty problems. You are sure this is weak with Apple?
Yes.
Because and these Apple people, I know how I feel with them.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward process. Like I said, I've been able to test it, and I have nothing but wonderful things to say about it.
That's fantastic stuff. All right, so LaShawn Cartwright,
yes,
the manager of Mobile Recharge, Rochelle Morrison, compliance lead from BTC, who is not here in a compliance.
Right, that's not wearing a hat.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Thank you all so much for coming to Freedom March. If you have any final words you wanna put out there for your wonderful loyal BTC customers?
Well, for me, as the manager for Mobile Recharge, we're always looking for retailers, persons who want to sell our products and services on the prepaid side. So if you're looking to, enhance your business with BTC, definitely give us a ring. We want to connect you to greatness.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
They've been my guests, LaShawn Cartwright and Rochelle Morrison from BTC. Go get the mobile eSIM now. You're gonna need that for all of your 4-day trips to Nassau. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM, on channel 224, on channel 112, and of course, on ILTV Studios over there on Facebook. But wherever you're listening to us, let me say thank you so much for listening to us. But if you are already listening to me, that means you know the call signs already. So I'm not telling it to you for you. I'm telling you the call sign so that you could get on the phone and call your friend and tell your friend to cut off whatever other vapid thing they're listening to today and to come listen to us over here on Freedom March. Why? Because the goal, as often as possible, is to inform, to educate, and sometimes to entertain. I have a shout out I must send. I want to do this. Let me get this out of the way early. I want to say a special hello to Hester Dawkins and Mr. Rudolph Squeeze Smith over there in 3rd Street, The Grove. Hello from Freedom March. So I want to do that. And then let's get to the birthdays, producer. So I want to say a special happy birthday to Anthony's Forbes. Happy birthday goes out to Anthony's Forbes from her mother, Aniska, and father, Anton, and her family, especially her grandmother, Angela King, and all those people who love her. Thank you very much. Lily Pinder. Miss Lily Pinder of Bimini is celebrating her birthday. Greetings are coming from her family and the entire Bimini community. May God bless you with many more birthdays. And then there's Ethel Roll. Happy birthday to Evangelist Ethel Roll. Man, she looked like an evangelist. You see this hat? That's an evangelist-y hat. Happy birthday to Evangelist Ethel Roll, who is the prayer band leader of Revival Tabernacle Highway Churches. I knew she was a Church of God woman. From I see this hat, I say Church of God. And so they want to send her a special happy birthday. That is from her husband, Reverend Joseph Roll. I think that's everybody. We've got everybody, producer? Yep, that is let me see. What do I have here? And then I have a special, you know, the one thing I love about my SAC friends is they make sure that they use all of their SAC privileges. So happy birthday to Petty Officer Adina Knowles. And that's coming in from one of the 2 people from SAC that I just permit on my tolerance list of people. I'm still vetting the 3rd one that they're trying to apply for. But we'll see. So Petty Officer Adina Knowles, happy birthday goes out to you today. I'm joined in studio. I was joined in studio a couple of minutes ago by some fancy young people from BTC. And then they brought me some fellas that are a little less fancy, but I like them even more. Joined in studio today by Chief Petty Officer Kelsey Missick and, of course, Chief Petty Officer Michael Ring, who are with the National Training Agency. And they have a bunch of stuff going on this weekend that if you have one plot of head, son, now you all know when I become Prime Minister, I intend to write into law that you could abort the child up to 21. So if you look at your son at 16 and he look a little wobbly, you could just abort him. And that'll be perfectly fine under the law when I'm Prime Minister. But since I'm not Prime Minister and Philip Davis is the Prime Minister, the government has taken its initiative to start the National Training Agency. Is that what it's called? The National Youth Development Program. National Youth Guard. Okay. Indeed. The National Youth Guard that Chief Petty Officer, how did I mess that name up like that? The National Youth Guard. The National Youth Guard, the Chief Petty Officer Missick and Chief Petty Officer Ring are largely involved in and are attempting to have your son, you know the one that looked a little wobbly, sign up for so that they could help him lead and live a full and productive life. Gentlemen, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you, sir. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, always good to see you guys, by the way. I just feel a little safer when you all come in the room. So tell us a little bit about what's happening this weekend and what exactly people to anticipate.
Okay, Mr. Miller, first of all, let me tell you a little, and the persons listening, a little background about the National
Youth Guard. Yes.
The National Youth Guard was established to prepare a core group of young people to respond to disasters or adverse events anywhere in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Sure.
Now, that's his first mandate. The second mandate is to prepare persons for employment in the job market.
Sure.
And so to that end, the training curriculum was developed to prepare them to respond to disasters and to teach them some job readiness skills.
Sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what we do. Also within our scope, we like to focus on some of the smaller things.
Sure.
We have the Salvation Army that does a lot of work. We have the Red Cross that does a lot of work. So we want to hit some of those smaller areas we do a lot of surveys in the streets. So we utilize our boots on the ground, these young people, to put together all those documents, put together that information so we can pass it up to the relevant authorities so they can help to assist with making sound decisions for our country.
Sure, that sounds fun. Now, there is always one skill that I'm interested in almost every vocation, right? And that is, I tell people, it is a soft, hard skill. It is the skill of discipline.
Indeed.
How big is that in the National Youth Guard program?
Mr. Miller, I think that is the backbone of the program. Let me give you a breakdown of the training curriculum here. In the first 10, the program is 10 weeks. The first 3 weeks, we're going to focus on discipline, teamwork, leadership, and disaster preparedness.
Good stuff.
For the first 3 weeks, you're not going to go home. They're not going to get their phones. Not going to talk to mommy. They're not going to talk to daddy. They can eat, drink, and sleep. Discipline. And disaster readiness. Teamwork. Once they've gotten that in their bones, we're going to bring in the National Training Agency in week 4. The National Training Agency is going to focus on developing this man, his self-awareness, his communication skill, his conflict resolution skills. How am I going to present myself in at a job interview? How am I going to answer these questions? How am I going to provide these documents to the persons who are prospective employers? So the National Training Agency has a great program that will help them with that. In the 5th week, they're going to get the standards of training, certification, and watchkeeping, STCW, which is the basic, the entry level into the commercial maritime sector.
Good stuff.
In the 6th week, we're going to bring in the police fire branch. They're going to teach them practical firefighting. The National Drug Council is going to come in and talk to them about stress management. Dealing with substance abuse issues, whether it may be in themselves or in the persons around them. The Bahamas Wildlife Enforcement Network is going to come in and talk about conservation, the importance of maintaining the flora and the fauna, the impact of storms in the Bahamas, and how if we mismanage those storm effects could be worse than it should be. And so that's up to week 6. In week 7, 8, 9, and 10, they're going to be attending skills training at the Bahamas Technical Vocational Institute, where they'll be enrolled in one of 4 disciplines: carpentry, plumbing, electrical, or the Microsoft Office certification. In addition to that, they all will do the occupational safety and hazard awareness training, OSHA.
That's huge, actually.
Indeed. Anywhere in the world you go, any site, you're going to need that.
So here's the question, right? The question is, there are going to be people that come from different walks of life, different socioeconomic backgrounds, etc., etc. It sounds like you have a very holistic program. How are we sure that the program is effectively reaching everyone at a uniform standard? How are we testing that? What are the benchmarks?
When you say uniform standard,
so how do you know that Pookie that come from Camp Road, right, is responding to the stimuli of the training the same way Lil John from out of Pinewood is responding? How do you test the formula?
You may be aware or familiar. You may remember the saying, the standard is the standard.
The standard is the standard.
And anything other than the standard is not the standard.
Indeed.
And so Pookie from Camp Road is going to be subjected to the same testing regimen that everyone else will be. The instructors are very well trained.
Good stuff.
The testing methodologies have been worked out. They're going to go through that at the same pace and at the same time, and they're going to be held to the same standards. And so that will be communicated to them periodically through the training. Hey, at this benchmark halfway through, here's your assessment.
That was what I wanted to know. Are there assessment periods throughout this training? Because I'll tell you what I see happening a lot, right? Like we have largely become as a world a socially promoting world, right? You know, the program is 10 weeks. The only way to fail it is if you die.
Indeed.
I'm not necessarily sure that's always the best way. So I wanted to be sure that we were benchmarking at week 6, this is where you were. At week 9, this is where you were. At week, you know what I mean? And so I'm very happy to hear that.
So within the first 3 weeks that Chief Mystic spoke about, where the discipline is primary, something called shock and awe.
Yeah, yeah.
So you want to shock you
You
in the
gotta
first
shock
3
them,
weeks,
yeah.
and you want to awe you in the first 3 weeks. You want to put
love it. I love these
all
guys.
the most beautiful things
Yeah,
in the world
yeah,
in front of you,
yeah.
and ensure that you get it.
Yeah.
So Pookie and whoever else,
Yeah.
everybody will be amazed by the
Yeah.
marvelous things that's going to happen on the HMBS
Give them
Coral
something
Harbour
to smoothen them out.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we trying to make sure that, like I said, we have instructors that have been doing this for a while. No one is there's going to be no favoritism.
Sure.
We had instructors who had their sister in the program. She didn't receive favoritism. We were both former Ranger instructors. We had former Rangers in the program, and there was no favoritism. There's no favoritism in the military.
Yeah.
You know, professionalism. If we don't have professionalism, we're going to fail.
Yeah, the standard is the standard, and anything other than the standard isn't the standard.
Not the standard.
Yeah. So it's 10 weeks.
It's 10 weeks.
Give me the formula for getting in. What do I need? What should I expect, etc., etc.
Indeed. So the initial training period is 10 weeks. But I want to point out that after the 10 weeks of training, where they will reside with us at HMBS Coral Harbour Base, after that 10 week is over, we're going to release them back home, and they're going to go through 4 weeks of internship with one of our internship partners.
Okay.
Now, those partners may be in the private sector or the public sector.
Okay.
We have a number of great institutions on board, and so they'll go and they'll work with them from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the afternoons. And every week, those internship partners will send us assessments.
That's fantastic.
Here's what's happening here. Yeah, this is what time they came to work. This is how they were dressed when they went to work. Here's how they performed their task, and a number of other assessment criteria.
Okay.
So every week we can tell them, here's what you're doing right.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to work on.
And snap them in case they need snapping in.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's fantastic stuff. So little Pookie is sitting down at home. He sees this. He says, "Wow, I don't want to be one of the bad boys anymore. I kind of want to sign up for the National Youth Guard, and I've been converted."
Indeed.
What is step 1?
Step 1, you must be a Bahamian citizen,
Okay.
18 to 25 years of age.
Good stuff.
Okay. You must be available for the training for that entire 14 weeks.
Right. So if you have your trip planned to Disney World, this ain't for you this year.
No. No excuses tolerated. You're here fully on board.
Yeah.
And fully ready.
Do they do the thing where they say, "Don't worry, close your eye and think about Disney World"? Are you thinking about Disney World? Yes. Don't you feel like you're in Disney World now?
Indeed. Well, I am sure that wonderful institution that we have in the back there will be wondrous.
Very, 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 very. Turkey legs.
Indeed. So they must be a Bahamian citizen. They must be 18 and 25.
Sure.
They must be available for the 14 weeks of training. They must be physically and mentally able to undergo the training program.
Okay.
They must have a clean police record.
Okay.
Right? You may be aware that the Defense Force is a military institution.
Indeed.
And as such, it has such security clearance that we must vet the persons coming in.
Sure.
And we also gonna have persons, kids living amongst them, and we want to mitigate some issues.
Sure.
And I think the most important criteria is they must have an interest in bettering themselves and their country.
Good stuff.
That is the most important requirement.
Is there a physical or any preliminary assessment coming into the program?
Yes, there is. All right, so for the past almost 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks, we've been interviewing young individuals from all over the Bahamas.
Okay.
Even those on the islands, we would set up the cell phone or some type of iPad or something, and we'll do a virtual interview. Go through a series of questions, see where their mind is, see what they know about the country, what they know about the ministers, see what they know about what's happening in the world. We have to make sure that they're strong.
Right.
And I say strong, I mean mentally. Because a lot of the young people, and we've been doing this for about 2-3 years now, they have a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. We have to let them know that this program is going to stress you.
Right.
It's going to strain you, it's going to stress you.
Right.
So we need to make sure that whatever is going to cause you to have some type of adverse reaction, you're prepared for it.
Right.
Because this is exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
But within those interviews, we get a good sense of who we're dealing with, and between myself and 2 other individuals on the board, we would say yay or nay.
Okay.
If this person is suitable or not.
Right.
And we will let them know some things that they may have missed in their package.
Right.
Like a lot of people, they forget to get the Bank of the Bahamas account. We let them know that you must have a Bank of the Bahamas account in order to be a part of this program. You must be enrolled in the National Health Insurance Program. In the event that something happens, you're going to have some type of coverage. So those are two of the bigger things that a lot of people do not have, especially young people. And then a lot of young people have accounts with their parents on it. So when they join, they need to go and have an account with just them on it, because we don't want to have any issues when it comes to your money going to you and not your parent. And then we come along with the parents. We just interviewed a young fella today, and we had to make sure, he mentioned his mom, and we wanted to make sure that it's you want to join this program and not your mother wanting you to join this program. Because us saying yes to him would be us saying no to somebody else who wants to be a part of the program. Their backs to the wall, and this program is going to save them. And we have advocated for some young people that might not be of the best character initially. But we feel that if we give them a chance, they'll be moldable. This past weekend, the last week, we had a refresher course and leadership seminar at the National Training Agency, where we flew in guards from all over the Bahamas to take part in this. We are in the hurricane season, and we wanted to sharpen some skills. We had some young people in there who showed up, and if you would have guessed, we would have thought they would never show up. Because they're still a bit rough around the edges, but they realize how important this is, especially with this is what you signed up for. You could be deployed, you could work together with people you've never met before. Some of these people will come cohort. We have 4 cohorts. Some of those people stretched from cohort 1 to cohort 4. And all of them came together. They had to do PLTs, position leadership tasks. They had to do different things and different elements. They had to get together, and they may never see these people again. But that one time they worked together, they had a common denominator. All of them did the training.
And so for people that have never operated in this kind of theater, I always tell them, you speak the language of your birth, and then you join organizations or programs like the National Youth Guard, like the Defense Force, and they teach you a language. So although you've never seen this person, you'll never see them again. When they put you all in the same operating space and you start to speak the language, somehow all of you know exactly what I mean. You know that if I say left turn, I mean this left and not your other left, right? And so people say, well, how do they just get them to be so in sync like that? There is a taught language. You understand that an about turn turns one way, no matter what. I don't care what happening. Even if there's no more land on the side there, you turn the way you're supposed to turn, and the ground will grow. And that is very important, particularly in times of disaster, because a lot of times what you find is in disaster time, you don't have time to train people. So you need everyone in the space, in that operating space, speaking the same language. And that is what this program is designed to do. So where are you guys going to be on this weekend? Tell us how do we connect with you this weekend?
So this weekend we're going to be on the park at Pinewood Gardens. The park at Pinewood Gardens at Pinewood.
Is that the
Drive.
Isaiah Thomas Park? I think it is.
The one right by the roundabout.
By the roundabout.
Isaiah Thomas Park, I think it is.
So we're going to be there from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is going to be our last pop-up. Your last opportunity to register. Those of you who are interested, please come out. Please come out, bring your passport, your NIB card, and your police record, if you have it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Bring your passport and your NIB card, and we can register you. We can set up an interview for you at the earliest opportunity. So our proposed training date is August the 16th. And so we need to get those persons registered.
August 16th?
August 16th.
That's very close.
Indeed. So this weekend, Saturday, is going to be our last opportunity. Come in, come and meet us, say hello, and we're prepared to go. In addition, Mr. Miller, to getting the training, all of the bills for this training will be paid. All of your uniform needs are going to be taken care of. Those persons coming in from the Family Islands, all of their flight and accommodations is going to be taken care of. All of their transportation is going to be taken care of. Chief Petty Officer Ring mentioned the Bank of the Bahamas account. In addition to receiving the training free of charge,
you get a stipend.
You get a stipend paid.
Man, I can't come in. You say 25.
25.
Wow. Man, I could use my little stipend right now.
National insurance free.
Indeed. So $600 a month. $600 a month, in addition to all your meals, transport, uniform, care, all of that is taken care of.
Good stuff.
Indeed. Those persons in the Family Island, you can reach us, the Bahamas National Youth Guard at rbdf.gov.bs. or you can go online and register nyg.bahamas.gov.bs. That's nyg.bahamas.gov.bs. Or you could call us on or WhatsApp us on 819-1121. That's 819-1121. So if you cannot get to Pinewood Park this weekend, nyg.bahamas.gov.bs.
All right, Mr. Miller, let me show you how big this program is gotten. Initially, this program started with 65 persons in cohort 1.
Wow.
They had a little lull. There was a break and change in command of who had the program. Initially, it was with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture.
Sure.
There was like a 2-year break, somewhere about, and the Ministry of National Security took it over, and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force facilitates the training.
Yeah.
Cohort 2 had 35 persons. Cohort 3 had 63 persons. Cohort 4 had 104 persons.
Wow.
This thing is growing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we try to make sure that we rub shoulders with enough people in the private industry and in the government industry to make sure that when those people see National Youth Guard persons apply for their jobs,
they understand the caliber of
they
of
know that
person.
they're going to get a person who's
Yeah.
going to come on time, who's going to be dressed appropriately. You're going to get a yes, mom, no, mom. You're going to get a yes or no. So you're going to get quality from our National Youth Guard persons, even though they may not have the certifications for the more advanced job.
But you could train that. You could teach that, yeah.
And then we push them. Even some of those who we see have a lot of them, we push them to do. There's a BTVI has a 4-month course. The 4-month course, the assistants we get in math and English BJCSE.
Okay.
And they may be short. Their dream all their life, I want to be the police officer. I want to be the defense force officer. They may be short 1 or 2. Here, go to BTVI. Take this course. Get your 1 or 2 certifications that may take you to where you need to be.
Yeah.
And through being a part of the Bahamas National Youth Guard, it's shined upon.
Yeah.
It's shined upon to the fact that you will receive
the accolades associated
yes,
with
you know,
it.
there's leg ups and there's opportunities to, you know, to make sure that some things happen for the individual.
That's fantastic. So I think I messed up the name. It's the Isaiah Taylor Park. That's his name, I think it is. And that's Saturday at what time? 9?
Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay, and you bring your passport, your NIB card.
Bring your passport, NIB card, and your work attitude, your willingness to work.
And if you come from the Family Island?
If you're coming from the Family Island, that's nyg.bahamas.gov.bs. That's nyg.bahamas.gov.bs. Or you can call us on 819-1121. Mr. Miller, let me preface this by saying there is no academic prerequisites.
Okay. So you don't need no Maths BGCSE, you don't need no English BGCSE.
No. All
you need is to be a Bahamian, to be 18 to 25, and to be ready to be trained mentally and physically.
Indeed, yes, sir.
Okay.
But guess what, Mr. Miller? Even Platyped could come.
Platyped, you could come.
Platyped could come, and he does not have to cut his hair. You don't have to cut your hair, Platyped.
Platyped, we find one for you.
We'll take
Indeed.
it.
Wow, that's fantastic. What about blacks? Blacks could come?
Blacks
could
Tall
come.
boy could come?
They got to leave that thing home, though.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, take it to the police station. Then come back.
Yeah, tall boy, you can come, but don't bring that. All right, yeah. and then the chief petty officers will snap you in some good shape.
Definitely.
Yeah. So it's 10 weeks. There is a barrage of different training. The first 3 weeks is fitness and discipline. And then there is disaster preparedness, leadership. And then there is the training with the
NTA, soft skills.
Soft skill training. And then there is the BTVI training.
And then there's the STCW training.
Okay.
And then there's the police firefighting training.
So there's going to be a number of and then you said something about OSHA.
Yeah. OSHA.
So STCW is international.
Yeah.
OSHA is international.
International.
And so you can actually go outside of the Bahamas using some of the skill if you ever needed to.
Yeah.
So this is fantastic stuff. And last but not least, but certainly a highlight in my mind, and there's pay. And they scale something. They scale something for the $600 a month.
Food free.
And man, you can't beat this. Man, you say you sure you got to be 25? Because I could come do 1 2 weeks for you all, at least. But Saturday in Pinewood Gardens, this is where you come to sign up. And again, there are no academic qualifications.
No academic qualifications.
Okay, but Platyped, you could come. You ain't got to cut your hair. So, Mama, you see Platyped in the house all day sleeping like he going to war? Tell him no sleeping late Saturday. Go see the chief petty officers. let them square him away so that you could clap your hand in 10 weeks for your platter-paired little grandson who, thank God, Chief Petty Officer Missick and Chief Petty Officer Ring, have somehow been able to recondition, reshape his mind, and point him in a new direction. And it's going to be fantastic stuff.
Indeed.
Definitely.
Yeah. So give me that phone number again. Say it slow. People never get the phone number.
The phone number is 819-1121.
Right.
That is 819-1121.
Right. And give me the NYG
the website. nyg.bahamas.gov.bs. You can apply online. nyg.bahamas.gov.bs.
Fantastic stuff. Any final words of encouragement to those people that may be a bit afraid? What do you say to them?
To those persons that are afraid, fear not.
Yeah.
Fear not. You have more in you than you know. You are more courageous, you are stronger, you are more competent than you know. Face that fear and come on down.
All right, that sounds like good stuff. Anyway, that little jingly music means that we ought to show you guys have been fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to see you all always. And I remember when they were young boys, you know, they still look a little strong, but these guys got a bit of time. Anyway, that's the show. Thank you so much for joining us here on Freedom March, and we'll see you again tomorrow.